Dogator. Dogatorum. Привет, здравствуйте. How are you guys? Welcome to Wong Toxus Urwak, 19th lesson of Introduction to Sakha. This lesson has no grammar. Yay, we get a break from the grammar, so we're just going to learn some fun words, vocabulary, a lot. And then we're going to read a little dialogue story about being at the Bahar. Baharga. At the market. Bahar. I put bazaar. I don't think the source material had that, but this word, as far as I've been told, and what makes sense, is from bazaar, which I don't remember off the top of my head if that's Turkish or Arabic originally, but it means market, like outdoor market. And it would be theorized, and I have heard it theorized, that this word comes from earlier days before the Yakut people, the Sakha people, were in Yakutia in Siberia, because they used to be further southwest, like several hundred years ago or more, and they had more contact with other folks that they don't have in contact with now, per se. Well, now they do, because we have like the internet and travel and planes and stuff, but you know what I mean. All right, so bahar means bazaar or market, like outdoor market. Then we have unwach. Unwach means bone. Unwaga swach. Unwaga swach means boneless. And so that's has no bones. Swach means no or not, you may recall. Sa means fat, grease, or lard. Those are the same things in Sakha. Jenkir are clarified butter. I'll show you guys a longer definition in a few minutes, but that's like the yellow of the butter. That's like the fat-free butter, like the liquid butter. You know, you put the butter in the microwave to soften it a bit, and then you press the 30-second or 1 minute button because you're lazy, and you don't feel like typing in time cook 10 start to do 10 seconds. So you're like, I'll remember before 10 seconds up, and then you go off into la la land, and you come back and you're like, oh shoot, my butter's melted. And so you could hopefully you put it on a plate. Let's say thankfully you put it on a plate or in a bowl before you put it in there, so your butter's not just all over the microwave plate. If it is, you got to scrape it into a bowl and just suffer for what you lost. And then you're stuck with yellow melted butter. Well, that's basically clarified butter. So, jinkir are. All right. Then we have atala, atala, atala. No, atala. There you go. To sell, and atalas, to buy. Oya, to weigh. They originally, the source material said to hang or hang up, and it can mean that. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was preparing the materials, and then I was working on the translations, and I was like, well, no, in at least part of it, it means to weigh. And I put the screenshot from the dictionary here that it could mean both. Well, actually, the dictionary only had to weigh, but I think it also had to hang, and that's why I left hang there. But I only knew the phrase meaning weigh. Let me double check that. So you guys may know that the Sakha dictionary is sakhatala.ru, and you can look up words on there, right? So let's see. Yeah. And it has English for some. And then, I think I put... Hold on. Aha. So, guys, if you are using the Sakha dictionary, and it has English for some of it, but it's not really complete. And sometimes it doesn't have the English, so it has the Russian. If you're like me and you're still learning Russian, and your Russian is crappier than your Yakut, or if you don't speak Russian at all, you can copy the Russian entry, go to Google Translate, make sure to select Russian, not detect language, because it won't do it right. So you do the Russian, and you'll see there on the right, it'll transliterate the Yakut for you, and it'll translate the Russian bits into English. So you see the first meaning they have is hain, and the second meaning they have is weigh on scales. And then it'll give you other phrases, yangur, meaning to weigh on scales. So if you don't know Holy crap. Sviesit. That's hard to say. Man, y'all Russians be making our job difficult over here. Sakha is easier to pronounce, I'll tell y'all that. I don't find Russian too hard to pronounce, but VZV together, and I think one of them is pronounced like an F, so the first one might be pronounced like an F, so but then the Z says it sounds like an S for me. Maybe I'm kind of saying it right. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked, y'all. It's going to be like an hour-long stream. All right, so that's proof that ya means to weigh or to hail or hang up. But in our story, I think most, at least all the times, or most of the times, it'll mean to weigh. But we'll see in the translations. And then we have hasta, meaning how much. Nada, meaning it is necessary, must, or need. That is from the Russian word nada. Like nie nada. You might know, if you know Russian phrases, that means like, what do you... Wait. Nie nada. Maybe I'm speaking Kazakh. I mean, nada is from Russian, but nie nada is that... Oh no, nie nada is don't need in Russian, but nie in Kazakh means what, so I got really confused, and I was like, no, what in Russian is что, not nie. Okay, I'm doing too many languages. We're trying to stick to Yakut here. I know a lot of y'all don't know other languages, so I'm not trying to throw y'all off your game here. Nada is from Russian. It means need. Necessary, must, need. Nada soch. Nada soch. There is no need, is what you're literally saying, or unnecessary. Then we have che, which means well. Ebis means fatty or greasy. Kutuch means dry. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get right into our little story. Baharga. What is baharga? What does that ga ending mean? Do you guys recall? It means at or to. So at the market, at the outdoor market. Alright. So I will read the Sakha, then I will read the literal translation or make mention about it, and then I will read the natural translation. Atas eyeche et bardo atala ere. So you may remember atas means like buddy, friend, acquaintance. When you add the extra, it's a short vowel word, but when you add the extra a in that last part, it's a way of addressing. It's comparative to Korean or Chinese adding a or ya at the end. It's similar to adding like ui, like bad ui, in the end of a title in Vietnamese. It's kind of like adding hey in English, like hey buddy, blah blah blah. All right. So atas eyeche, this dark brownish purple color, you may remember is. Well, let me make sure you guys can still see. All right, seems you guys can still see. All right, so this dark brownish purple color means it's changed form. It's irregular. It's not just added an ending. So you may remember the subject, nominative you, we call it. Just saying you is en. But when we say to you, we say eyeche. All right. Then meet is et. Bar is exist. Do, which I transliterate. That's the question ending, like ma in Chinese or like o u in Mongolian. Like my and Thai. Yeah, you put it at the end of the sentence to make a question, yes or no question, when there is no question word in the sentence. So basically, y'all got any meat left, is what he's asking. Eyeche. Ehigi. Alright, I just had to check myself before I wreck myself again. That's you, not y'all. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's from N. I'm like 99% sure, but I didn't want to have a brain fart. Yeah, ekiache. Ekiache is to y'all, but to you it's eyeche. Very similar, I know. All right, hey bro, y'all got any meat? You got any meat left? Sell me some if you do. But you literally just saying sell some or sell. Not even really some. I mean, ed doesn't mean some, so I don't really know why I put that. But I don't know how to translate ed. Let's put it in the dictionary and see. This is a whole adventure, guys. This is not our traditional Yakut lesson where we're just reading through slowly. I'm sorry if you want to podcast it. Oh, it can mean some already with pronouns, but it's not with a pronoun. I don't think that's what it means here. Huh. I'll admit I'm still a little bit out of the loop with it. We could try to copy this long ass thing into the Russian translator. Oh yeah, express is a softening of the command. Yeah, that's what it is. So if you know Chinese, it's like ba. So it's like "给我卖点儿吧." Or if you know Mongolian, it's like "ara." Oh, it's like "ara." Oh yeah, like "tagara." Sugere. Oh my gosh, and it sounds similar too. I wonder if it's related. Wow, that just blew my mind. I never realized that. There's things you'll make connections with language years later. You'll be studying for years, and then one day you're like, holy moly, I never noticed that. Okay. But so for our monolingual English speakers, that is a way to soften a command. So if you just say atala, 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 that's like sell it. But atala is like, yeah, that's why I put sell me some. I get it now. It's been a while since I did the first part of this translation because I'm further along in the translations. I just haven't recorded videos lately because I've been busy. So yeah, that's why I did sell me some, because in English that's how we soften it. Sell me some if you do. That's how we would say it. And I put in parentheses aspects of the translation that are not in the Yakut at all, just because it's more natural in English. And and I did put that there. I put that information about it, but it's not really useful. The Russian one was more useful, actually. No. All right. So yeah, could I? Yeah, and you'll see there where I have the entry for atas. So atastar means friends. Isn't that useful? Not just like friends, like plural friends, because that'd be dohatar, but like friends in general. Atastar. All right, let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. So I'll try not to get too sidetracked. Barbar, atalas, me bubara. Good. We have, exist. Buy some. Now here he doesn't use it, but like, shop sellers on the market, they, be like, here you go, buy some. They're very blunt, or so they seem in my experience. All right. Meh, here is like, here you go. Bu bare. This bu, means this, but here it's something like, voila, if you know French. It's like volt, if you know Russian. It's like, here we have it. Bu bare. Good. Have a look. See. All right. Yeah, we got some. Buy you some. Here it is, and here you go. See here? Bu et kutuch. This means dry. Biache means to be. Biache means ette aral. And so et is meat. Te here is partitive. It's not possessive because that would be not te. Aral brain. So brain. This meat's dry would be some fatty meat. Emis et bubar. Unach ture. Here's some fatty meat. So fatty meat here is. And it's brisket. So I never knew until recently, or I knew but I didn't know consciously and think about it and remember, that brisket is the chest of the cow. So unach tu he. Yeah, so tus. I'm not going to. I usually put like the single letter, or I sometimes put the single letter that changes form in the dark purple, but it looks too similar to that light purple pink color, so I'm not going to do that. We'll just have to remember this is tus, and the s changes to h before the ending to he. So cow's chest, the chest of the cow. So that at the end is like the of, it's the possessive. So it's backwards from English. English would put the possessive on the possessor, and Sakha would put the possessive on the possessed. Not by demons, but by people, or in this case, a cow. Alright. Bu et unwaga elbech. Akan et bardo. This meat has a lot of bones. Elbech means many. This meat is so bony. Do you got any other meats? So atan, means other. That's another word we did not have in the book, so I put the definition for you guys. Let me zoom out here. I feel like I might not be showing you guys the whole thing. Unwaga soch wana emis et bubar. So boneless unwaga soch and wana emis et fatty meat bubar. Here it is, some fatty boneless meat. Che soup. Yeah. Alright, that's right. That's good. Weigh it. So you may remember belly is is. Again, that sa is going to change to ha before the ending. Ihe. So cow's belly. Do you have any cow belly? And again, that meaning of it was not. Oh no, it was. It was in lesson 13. So I put it there. Lesson 13. Belly or gut. Onach bara surere bure bar. It has a cow liver, heart, and kidney. And you guys are smart, and I know we don't want to be here all day, so I'm just going to read from now on. Let's have something really pressing to share. Biache barda onna surechte agal. So compared to the English literal translation, and I will read the natural translation. Get me some liver and some heart. If you have any questions, let me know. That's me telling you guys. Are nadadua? Do you need butter? Hanak are bari? Jinkir are bardua? Which butter do you have? Do you got any clarified butter? And this is that clarified butter. Clarified butter is butter from which all milk solids have been removed. The result is a clear yellow butter that can be heated to high temperatures before burning. Typically, it's produced by melting butter and allowing the components to separate by density. Soch urun are bar. No, but we got white butter, which is like the regular butter. Miache urun are nadata soch. I don't need any white butter. Itikihi tugu atalar. Pardon. Tugu atalar. Atalar. Sometimes it's a challenge for me with the double long vowels. What is this person selling? Kini ut atalar. He sells milk. Dagar. And again, we have that doubled vowel in the second part for calling out. Hey, friend. Bu utun hastene. How much is y'all's milk? So that's actually your milk. I just say y'all because I'm Southern. Suge bardua. Do you got any cream? Jinkir areta agal. Give me some clarified butter. Biache are swach Sabar. Sata'l. Oh, and I didn't do the natural translation yet, but I don't have butter. I don't have any butter. But I got lard. Have some lard. Lard, fat, etc. Soch, bieche, sera, nada, nada, soch. I don't need any lard. And then we're doing the section of the source material that wants you to translate it, but I translate it for you. So again, as I always tell you, you can translate it on your own and come check your answers with me, or you can just go over the sentences with me, no problem. Buluhut emersil hana barta. Buluhut, where'd the old lady go? Kiri baharga barta. She went to the market. Tugu atalahar. What is she gonna buy? Et wana are alar. She's getting meat and butter. Baharga iceberg kolhos jonna balar. The folks from the Iceberg Co-op, that's the name of the co-op, Iceberg, are at the market today. Now, I put co-op, it's a farm co-op, kolhos, which is kolhoz, I think, in Russian, and that's like a commune farm. Kiniler et are ut atalar. They're selling meat, butter, and milk there. Bert emis eti atalatalar. They sold, so it past tense, we'll learn that soon. They sold very fatty meat. Baidai elbech eti atalasta. Baidai bought a lot of meat. Ataga unach ihe wana baha bar. They have cow belly and cow head for sale. So ataga is on sale or for sale. Useful phrase. Jonnor bare sureri guru. So we have our accusative cases there for direct objects. Alalar. Folks buy some liver, heart, and kidney. Tangane ilbatar. They don't get any land meat. Bir jachtar ilbech surei. Oh, that must have been like a typo, and I didn't backspace it. I just marked it. So ignore that, because there's no such ending for that by itself. Bir jachtar ilbech surei wanna nejegai atalata. A woman there sold a lot of cream and cottage cheese. Bir kolhos jonna kamus atalatalar. So someone from the farm co-op sold kumis. Bugul baharga urun are elbech jenkir are soch. There was a lot of white butter being sold at the market today, but no clarified butter. Kimiache sra dadane. Who needs some lard? Kim sugei atalahar. Who buys some cream? Who buys cream? Iti John tugu atalalar. Atalalar. Atal lel lar. Atalar. What does this person sell? Eti haste atalalar. How much of this meat is sold? Or how much is it sold for? It could be as well. Baidai tugu atalasta. What did by die by? Iti ohonyar arı atalabat sıra atılır. This old man doesn't sell butter but sells lard. Itikihi sıranı atalaspat arı atalahar. This person doesn't buy any butter but does buy some lard. Manna elbeheti ayabatar karane ayılar. There's not much meat on display here. There's only a little bit. Iti bus wanna aya. Gotta mark that. Cut the meat and hang it up. And actually, I think it should be weigh it. Actually, I know it should be weigh it because of the context. Bu sıranı tuspa aya. So this could be hang this meat separately, but actually, again, context, so it should be weigh. So weigh this meat by itself or separately. Kutuk eti birime ebiste agal. Don't be giving out dry meat. Bring some of the fatty meat. And that's that. Sorry, I was so high energy starting, and then I just lost all my energy. I didn't sleep well last night, so I was like, wow, I need to calm down and just read slowly and carefully. So hopefully you guys got some excitement out of that, and also got some calm, relaxing Sakha listening and practice. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If there's anything that I don't know, because I'm a very honest man, and I let you know I'm still learning too. I know this stuff, but still, I'm still learning. So if there's some detailed question you ask and I don't know, I'm not going to blow smoke up your rear end. I will go ask a native speaker that I know, some native speaker or another, and get an answer, and or do research online, practice my Russian, because most of the material online is in Russian. It's like I have to learn Russian just to learn more Yakut, honestly. But you don't have to, because I am sharing with you Yakut materials in English. If you don't know Russian, it's okay. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Love you, bye.